Hey YouTubers, T here. I wanted to talk today a little bit about something I know many of us, if not all, have experienced at one point or another to some intensity or another, which is depression. I've often heard depression is anger unmotivated, and fear, and helplessness. And I have found those things to be true. And then you also hear when you're feeling depressed, you shouldn't shove it down, you should experience it. Experience what the emotions in your body and your mind is trying to tell you. And I'll just share with you some of my findings in regards to depression. Having been somebody that has suffered with on and off depression my whole entire life, and PTSD, I do have a familiar basis with depression. So, do you want to feel all of the feelings that come with depression? Probably not. And there are some people that do. So whatever your stance is, I say it is important to feel the feelings. Time limit yourself, please. So don't allow yourself to wallow for days and weeks and months on end. You're really not helping anybody that way, especially yourself. But moreover, if you have loved ones that you're near, you're now affecting them in a negative way, typically. So limit yourself on how long you will allow yourself to feel that way. Explore the feelings. Why am I feeling this way? Where are these feelings come from? For me, it comes from a feeling of helplessness. And a lot of it is fear, but a lot of it is a feeling of injustice and helplessness. So identify where the feelings are coming from. It may help you to have clarity on where they're coming from, so you can see and have a bigger picture of the forest through the trees, rather than identifying with that one emotion itself. One of the things I just learned also from Eckhart Tolle, or Tolle, depending on how you say his name, with The Power of Now, the author of The Power of Now, is to not identify with these negative emotions, thoughts, or feelings. The moment that you identify with them and say, oh yeah, I'm a depressed person, well, then you're kind of reinforcing that depressive state in yourself at all times. So don't identify with it. If you're not identifying with it, it's as if it belongs to somebody else, and you can let it go a lot easier. So, like I said, explore the depression and what it feels and why. Number one, don't push down those feelings. Whatever negativity comes up, don't ignore them and push them down, because they're just going to end up surfacing in other ways. You're going to lash out angry. You're going to be sullen. You're going to turn very cynical. It's going to sour you in some way. So don't let it fester inside you by trying to ignore it, because it becomes a constant energy drain now that's operating in the background. And you really want to address that, because our energy is precious and we can't be wasting it on fruitless things. So one of the bigger things that I learned with the depression is get out of your head. If you can go for a walk after you're done feeling it, processing it, understanding it, and you realize that you don't want to stay there and you don't want to be there anymore, and that, oh my God, my whole day is wasting and I have other aspirations in life other than just to feel like this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Well, drag yourself up by your bootstraps and get out of your head some way. Get out into nature is the best and easiest way to do it. If you can get out of your body even. And by doing that, I mean sweat, work hard. Make it so that you're angry at the workout instead of the subject that you're angry or depressed or, hopeless about. That is one way that can also help. And then realize that however long you've been dealing with on and off depression throughout your life, it is now a neural pathway that has been set and ingrained in your mind as a coping mechanism, as a path to follow. So although we know that certain things in our life aren't good for us, we continue to do them, whether it's actions or thoughts or beliefs. We continue to do them because they're comfortable and familiar to us. And it takes effort to do something different and to program our brains in a different way. It takes effort and consistency and sincerity in the practice to make that change. So we resist against it a little bit in favor of what's familiar or comfortable. Like, say, for example, a person that is addicted to drama. Well, they always have their ear out to the juiciest details. They're always looking on social media and Facebook for the new juiciest details. Well, you find yourself doing that, do something different. Is it going to be easy? Well, no, it's not a practiced energy. You already have so much energy invested into the way that you've been all this time that it's not going to be like, well, let me just go this way, because it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some dedication. And it doesn't have to be, I have to do 5 hours of meditation with my eyes closed in the yoga position. Like, people don't have that kind of time, a lot of us, especially if you have kids. You just don't have that kind of time. So simply breathing and being in the present moment with your eyes open. You don't have to close your eyes to meditate. It's easier to get distracted, but that's the whole point, is you need to be able to center yourself and ground yourself in real time, in times when life is happening. You need to be able to come back to your center and find that center within yourself, because any answer or confusion that you might have, the answers are already within you. You have them. I know it sounds cliche, but it's so true. You already have all the answers you're wondering about. You're just blocking yourself from receiving them, from receiving your intuition. So understanding, like I said, that it is a physiological pathway that you have run in your mind throughout your life, and it's easy to return back to. For instance, me, I'm quick to anger. It's an energy that I have practiced for a long time. And it's just easier for me to go into irritation and frustration. And the tricky thing is most people don't even feel like they're really an angry person because their anger is justified. And they just think, well, no, because of this happened, I should be upset and you should be upset too. And it just ends up robbing you, like I said, again, of that essential life force energy, that ki, that chi, that pranayama, that all of that stuff we've learned about in this new age now. And we need to keep that for other things, like tapping into our intuition and tapping into our heart and tapping into what it is we're truly meant to be doing, which is not wallowing around in depression. Now, I don't belittle that at all. You're going through your process, whatever that is, even if it's a dark night of the soul. But decide how long you want to stay there. Pick yourself up, get yourself out of your head, get yourself in your body or out of your body, whatever it is. Just get yourself out of that stuck feeling. And then start to move your attention to, after you get done with that rigorous exercise, or maybe you go out on a walk and you see nature, get yourself into your body, into your heart space, and breathe. Breathe with your breath. Just long, slow breaths. That's really it. And understand that you have at least a few things, if not many, to be grateful for in your life. And you'll often find that when you let go of big problems like that and you're able to find surrender, acceptance, and peace, the answer will come to you. Out of the blue, you might be making a sandwich and then you're like, oh, that's a great idea. And it's only that it's able to come through you and to you because you don't have that mind chatter of I can't, I don't know how, it's not going to work, or whatever blocks get in your way. So know that that neural pattern is there. Let's just say for this propensity of depression or anger or whatever it is, know that that propensity is there in your neural pathway. And we have to reprogram our software. I think of our software as our brains and our thought patterns. So be aware of your thoughts. What are you thinking most of the time? Are you beating yourself up? Are you looking for news? Are you looking for negative information? Are you actively engaging that in your life? So be your own programmer of your own brain. Rewrite your own software. And know that it just takes consistent practice of going the other way because you're trying to set new neural pathways in your brain. So practice this new vibration just as much as you've practiced the old one. And you'll find that this new one will be a replacement and it won't have to be such a hard effort every time. That's all I got for you. Peace.